I want to go over a few parenthetical citations that would apply to some of the work that you have done or you are currently doing. So with parenthetical citations, the source information required depends on which type of source you're using. So I'm going to go over a few here. So the first I want to look at, these are print sources with a known author. So these aren't things that you necessarily got online. You need the author's last name, either in the sentence or in parentheses following the quotation or paraphrase. But the page number should always appear in the parentheses, not in the text of your sentence. And I think it's really important to look at some of these examples because they also kind of show you when you need the author's last name in a citation and when you don't. They give you really some great tips on how to incorporate the author's name. And these would apply to citations further down in this list when we look at some different sources. So let's look at this first one. Wordsworth would be the author. Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. So you can see we worked the author's last name here so that we only need the page number back here. Notice there's no period here, and the period is here, and we have the page number. Here's another one. This one does not have the author's name in the sentence. Romantic poetry is characterized by the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Notice here we have, again, no period. We have the parenthetical citation with the last name, nothing between the last name and the page number and parenthesis, period. And this one is a paraphrase, but it still goes through the same process. Wordsworth extensively explored the role of emotion in the creative process. Notice again, no punctuation here, page number, period on the outside. We have the author here. Website or electronic source, you use these a lot. So if the source has no page number, you'll include the author in the parenthetical citation, unless you have already stated the author's name in the sentence, like in some of the examples above here. If the source has no author given, which is sometimes the case with online sources, you'll use a short form of the title in your parenthetical citation. So you don't need the entire title. You need maybe the first few words, a short form. So here's an example. A popular keystroke logging program operates invisibly on workers' computers, yet provides supervisors with details of the workers' online activities. And then notice here we have the title of the electronic source, and it's in quotation marks because short works titles go in quotation marks. Notice we don't have a period here, it's outside here. And it has no page numbers, so we have no page number. If the source lacks page numbers but has numbered paragraphs, sections, or divisions, use those numbers with the appropriate abbreviation in your text citation. So if you have a source that actually has numbered its paragraphs, its sections, or divisions, then you're going to use those to indicate where it came from. When you take the air test, often you run into this. So in that context, you're probably going to use something like what we're going to look at right now. So first of all, these are the abbreviations, and generally speaking, you're probably going to run into paragraph numbers. So notice here you would use PAR period as the abbreviation. And this is what it looks like. So note that there's no quotation marks around it. That's just indicating that this is the abbreviation. So let's say we had no author and it's an online source and it gives paragraph numbers, then you'd have your quote or your paraphrase. And at the end, in your parenthetical citation, you would have your abbreviation with the period and then the number that would go with it. Now, if you do have an author, it's going to look like this. So this is a little different. We have the author's last name, then we have a